Plaintiff LaShawn Thompson Beal is a single mother who has used tough love to raise her 3 children, including her middle child, the defendant. LaShawn claims when she physically disciplines the defendant, she calls the police on LaShawn, and they've been called to her home 8 times. LaShawn suing her daughter for the remainder of a judgment. Defendant Aubrielle Beal understands that she's not the perfect child and admits that she and her mom have gotten into a lot of physical altercations, but she claims it's mainly because she's defending herself against her mother. Aubrielle insists she has been repaying the debt.
Tell me what's going on.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I'm elated to be before you. You exemplify some of the structure and standards that I hold for myself, and that is tough love. As a single mother, I have exemplified that in raising my 3 children. Unfortunately, I am here with my daughter, which is my middle child, and I have tried in all the years that she has been in my life to ratify that to her. Unfortunately, it has not worked.
Well, this isn't tough love. This is straight up getting your money. 3,000 ain't tough love. You're supposed to sue, but go ahead.
In due respect of that, Your Honor, Aubrielle has been a challenging child to me. She has over and repeatedly have told me lies. This is why we're here today. She has sent her to college. She came back home on the weekend and got caught stealing. She's from coming up, hid boys in the house and done things that I did not respectfully raise her up to be. As a young child, I came from a single parent home. My mother used to whip my butt with extension cords. Never have I ever called the police on my mother. My daughter, every time she goes off, fly off the mouth, I hit her in the mouth, she runs right to the police department. I've been called 8 times to policemen. Every time they come to my house and they look how beautiful my house is and see how I raise her, they go right back out the house and say, you deal with her. I've done this repeatedly, and at this time, Your Honor, I'm at my wit's end. I have no more. I have no more in me, but the structure that I've given her to.
Right, that's all you need. That's all you need to give her is the structure. She'll come around, she'll wake up, and the good news I hear is that you got her to go to college. That's great. Let me hear from you. Give me some background.
I understand that I am not the perfect child, and as she refers to me as the problem child, but we have been through a lot, and I feel like being
a lot like her, what? Give me some examples.
Her as my mother, we get into a lot of physical altercations.
Since what age?
Since I was really little, like elementary.
She would give you spankings? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. That's not we getting the physical altercations. That's I have been getting spankings since I was in the 5th grade.
Well, when I got older, it became physical altercation.
Meaning you began to hit your mother?
Well, I never put my hands on my mother, but it comes to the point where I try to get her to get off of me. Like as I got older.
Why does she have to get on you in the first place?
Because I feel like if you're gonna tell us to go to a counselor and put us through counseling, and they tell her don't put your hands on your kids, but when we leave and go home, do you put your hands on us? I feel like what else am I supposed to do?
You all did go to counseling?
I sent her to counseling, and she said that it wasn't working because I was the problem. I even went to counseling. But when I tell you to do something and I tell you to shut up, I mean shut up and listen to what I'm saying. Counseling can't help that. I'm sorry.
I like everything I'm hearing from you, other than the physical part. You know, that's part of a tradition from way back that people engage in, and some still engage in it, but the studies have shown that it instills violence in the children as a way to resolve conflict. You violent towards your children because your mother was violent towards you. Now you can go to jail for that.
Correct.
Go get the switch. As my mother used to tell me, go get the switch. Used to whip me every day. Belt, switch, whatever. Didn't do anything. Made me violent when I went out in the street. I said, oh, I get whippings. I get hit with a switch. So if you cross me, I'm going to do something to you. So just a little insight, something to give some thought to.
I appreciate
But yeah, that's a lot of times violence begets violence. That's what that would be. That's what that suggests. You know, folks think that once things happen one time and you stop it, that it's never going to happen. It's all wiped out. No, it's called a legacy, and it keeps going. Keep passing it down. All right, that's our history lesson and our sociology lesson for today. Now, what is this $3,000 judgment?
October 9th of this past 2012, I was taking my other daughter to the drugstore, and I got pulled over by the police. I was speeding, and I got a ticket. And he went and took my license, and in the city that I live in, and he went to run my plate, and he came back, and he was really nice about it. He said, Ms. Thompson, Beal, your license are suspended. I'm like, what? I said, for what? He said, well, they said you were involved in a motor vehicle accident. I said, I've never had an accident in my truck, nothing. So I went to work the next day and I looked it up. I called the BMV. The BMV had told me that they had suspended my license because on June 29th, that my vehicle was involved in a car accident. I went and researched it and come to find out, I came home and asked both of my daughters who was in my truck on the 29th. She was taking my other daughter to her orientation for a summer job, and she hit a gentleman in the parking lot. So I had to go hire an attorney that charged me $500 to represent me to get my license back. So I had to go to court, and they charged me a $359 fine, $50 reinstatement fee to get my license back. Then the judgment was $3,827.83 damage. Well, I told her, I said, since you did this, you got to pay for it.
She work? You work?
Yes, I have 2 jobs.
And has she been making, what is the payment plan? What was the payment plan?
The promissory note says $150 every month by the 15th.
Let's see it, please. And has she made them on time?
She made 1 late and 2 on time because she told me she didn't realize that due on the 15th means it needs to be to the lady by the 15th.
When did she give it to you?
On the 15th.
On the 15th, and it's due on the 15th. Yeah. But I had to go take her. I took her to the bank to get the money. If you take somebody to the bank to get the money, aren't they just supposed to come and give it to you when you get in the car? Yeah. She gets in the car, she take and put it in her purse. I said, I drive, and I'm like, I don't want to ask her for the money. She got the money. But now I got to ask her for it.
You got to beg her for the money that she owes you.
Right, so I'm like, okay, Aubrey, are you going to give me the money? Oh, I didn't know I had. I'm like, okay, Aubrey, give me the money. So I don't want to go through this anymore and I'm trying to explain to her and raise her up right. If you do something, make sure that you can pay for what you do. You cannot pay this $3,000 off of 2 little part-time jobs that I done made you get up off your behind and go get.
Yeah. Well, just make her get a 3rd one or do whatever. If you did get your money, or however she get it. Steal, boost, credit card fraud, whatever. I'm just having a little fun here.
That's tough love.
That's right. That's what you get for coming in here, giving your mother all these headaches. I'm going to mess with you and embarrass you. All right. So, what's your defense?
After she told me that it was supposed to be to the lady by the 15th, I've been giving her the money on time.
All right, but you did breach when you were late. However late. When you breach a contract, they can accelerate and say, I want it all right now.
Yep.
That's what she can do that. $3,378. I congratulate you on raising a great family by yourself, a single lady.
Yes,
great. Congratulations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck.
She's still my mommy.
I just thank God that I had the privilege to use some tough love. Sorry it had to be on national television, but hopefully we can put this behind us and she can go to college and make her own money and do what the judge said do. I love you.
I love you too.
Yeah.